Hello, I'm Matt Guff from thehouse.com, and this is a pair of Nike Lunarendor Snowboard Boots. They're a hard-charging snowboard boot that have a fairly stiff flex rating. They're designed for intermediate to advanced level riders that like to cruise all over the mountain. Now, at times, some people may think they're a little bit more specific for freestyle riding, but if you're a free rider, you can really enjoy these boots as well. Now, Nike takes a lot of their technology from their running department and applies it to the Lunarendor Snowboard Boots. Now, the boot is pretty cool looking. It's a 3D molded synthetic leather upper. There's flex spine notches, so your boot will flex over the top of your toe set edge a little bit. And it has some pretty beefy or some pretty rugged anti-abrasion toes. So when you're riding the chairlift, you know, your board is not going to cut that toe box. But what I really like about this is the Lunar Lawn midsole. It's an impact absorbing midsole that seems to be a little bit thicker than most. It looks to be as if it is a cup sole, so it's gonna like wrap around the upper shell of the boot. But what's really fantastic is this sole. It's part of like Nike's free technology, so this will actually kind of contour to the snow when you're on your board and when you're just walking around and help you to feel what's underneath your feet. Inside the shell, of course, is going to be, well, a 3D molded tongue, and then also a kind of a cuff that wraps around this liner. Now, the cuff has free wire technology. It's super thin technology that is really rugged and tough, but also keeps your heel locked in the heel cup of the boot. Now, if you look inside, you'll see the strobo technology. It's a warming blanket. It's foil that reflects heat back towards your body to keep your feet nice and warm. Other than that, of course, the boot's going to have traditional laces and kind of a lace lock separator that keeps independent zones for both the lower and the upper sections of the boot. Now, inside is going to be this amazing liner. Now, one thing that you should know about the Lunarendor Snowboard Boot is the capability to become or be like kind of a medium stiffness to a pretty stiff snowboard boot. That's because there's actually power inlays. So you can inlay these pieces of boot into the liner that have different densities. So you can actually have 3 different feelings of this boot. Without these panels inside, of course, you'll have a normal liner. But when you apply this in, which is the softer material, it'll flex a little bit stiffer. But when you put the blue in, it's going to be really, really stiff. Now, I like these liners because, of course, that inlay technology. But the power strap seems to be a little bit thicker and wraps all the way around the liner. In addition to that, of course, the liner is going to be completely heat moldable, and there's a neoprene toe box, so when you jam your toes, you're going to have a little bit more comfort. Inside, your foot is actually going to fit on and sit on a footbed that has 3 different densities. There's a harder density under the arch and the heel cup area of your boot to give you a little bit more support, a full-length EVA, and then there's a softer density under the toe box and the ball of your foot to absorb a little bit more impact. So if you're looking for a really rad, high-end snowboard boot that has a lot of support with the TPU backstay, you should check this out. This is the Nike Lunarendor Snowboard Boot, and you can find it at thehouse.com.